Hey everybody, it's your man Type coming to you with another true spook story. Now, before I begin, let me ask that you hit that like button. Go and subscribe to the channel and share me with your friends and family. If you're thinking not robbery, y'all go ahead and hit that like button right now. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, share me if at the end of this video if you feel it's worthy. But them two buttons I need y'all to go ahead and press. Get me out there, everybody. These stories are too damn good to be kept in house. Thank you in advance. Appreciate you. Me and grandmama. All right, everybody. This story is gonna take place uh, in a part of Orlando that's known as the Swamp. The Swamp is off Church Street. It's off Church Street and John Young in that area right there, and it spans behind uh, Ivy Lane Estates. So it's a culture onto itself. It was swampland, so that's why we call it the swamp. Now back there in the swamp, there were these I want to say the Arabs. The Arabs, they own like a body shop where the dope boys bring their cars back there. They'll chop them up and fix them and custom detail them, put them into some serious, put them in the game, paint them, spray them, and everything. But it was a junkyard, but it masked as an auto repair / chop shop for the hoodlums and the thugs in the bit. I just so happened to be 16, 17 years old around by the time and needed some quick cash. So we were going around stealing people's cars, taking it to the chop shop, and they'll give us about $200 a car. We ain't know no better. We still in Lexuses because that was when the Lexus first came out. I remember that the Lexus first came out back in the day. So we'll go and steal a Lexus because me and my boy Chris, he knew how to break the steering wheel and he would take a screwdriver and he showed me how to do all this like that. And we'll steal the Lexus and we'll drive it back there. I ain't know how to drive, so I was basically like reckless in the car, banging the bitch up on my way there, fucking it up because I ain't learned how to drive till I turned about 18, 19 years old. And I learned from stealing cars. So we'll drive down there. We'll go up Ferguson. We'll cross over Old Wintergone Road, still on Ferguson, head straight back there to the swamp. And bam, we go down there, we make that left at the end, and right around there, you got a little chop shop, all in that area. It was a good time, man. We made a good little bit of change for school and shit. Well, and people, I don't know if this gonna be scary, so I gotta tell you, some of these stories ain't scary, but some of these bitches are criminal stories. So I wanna say allegedly in this motherfucker right here, disavowing all shit that I know, could have known, possibly known. This is allegedly for informational purposes. Y'all clear? Now back to the goddamn story. So we had began stealing little cars, Lexuses, Mercedes, and all that stuff. Cars that was easy to pop back in the day. So we'll take it to the Arabs in the swamp. They'll shoot us about $100-$200 per car. We'll see them taking the tape deck out the bitch. We'll see them, taking the doors off the motherfucker. I ain't even know a door could come off a car until I see them do it. I ain't know the workings of a motherfucker. But they did it. They'll lift up the engine. They'll dismantle that fucking car, man. In less than 30 minutes, that bitch will be stripped down, parts cleaned and labeled, and ready to go on other people's cars and shit. So one night, me and Chris and my cousin, we got the bright idea, to go jump the gate of the chop shop. And this late night, around by 1:30, 2 in the morning. Didn't nobody really have no cameras back then. Because, this like 30 years ago. Yeah, this about 30 years ago. So ain't nobody really had no cameras really back then. So we decided to go to the chop shop, to the junkyard, scrapyard back there in the swamp, jump the gate, and me, Rob, and Chris were finna go and steal some radio to take up there to the Magic Mall to sell to the dudes at the flea market at the Magic Mall, because we have been stealing some nice cars, and Chris told us he know how to take the radio out the bitch with a screwdriver and shit. So because it was a flip face radio, so we was on point, bitch. So we just got $200 a piece from the Arab. Now we finna go and steal the radio, and we could probably get $60 a piece from. So we thinking we finna be in the money. So people, check it out now, 100% now. I just say that. So when we hit the gate, and we threw a towel over the barbed wire, so we wouldn't get cut. We slid over that bit, and I had just started losing weight, so I was pretty in shape at this point in the game. So we all jumped down there. It wasn't no dog though, so we ducking down, and so Chris opened up the Chrysler LeBaron, went inside that bitch, boom, popped the radio. Then he go over there to the Mercedes, open that door up, boom, get the radio out. So we said, damn, it's a Cadillac over there. It was a baby black powder blue. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of looked like Grandma Buick. So I said, let's get that bitch. Maybe we could put it in Grandma's car. And he like, I don't care, go get that bitch. So he showed me how to stick the screwdriver and I popped the bitch and what cord to take without breaking and pull them. I popped the cord. So I look to my right. Over there on the right, I see the Arab people over there torturing some kind of white looking dude. So they had him all in the motherfucking chair with their hands tied up, and they just slapping his ass. They like sticking hot hangers on his skin and shit. And he just screaming with the little ball in his mouth. And they just had like two little flashlights on it, on top of like a grill or some shit. And he was so busy screaming, they ain't hear us break in there. We didn't even know they was in there, because they were being so quiet with the shit, right? Man, so I'm sitting out there, so I wave my cousin Chris over there. I say, man, y'all look it. So we seeing the Arabs and shit, like sticking the man. So we seen the Arab man pick up like one of the things that, I don't know if you're a mechanic, you know what I'm talking about, where you change the brakes of your car to a brake pad thing that you put the two bolts in that make it that you can swing and put the brake pads and make it lock up. I don't know what to call it, calibers. So I seen him pick up the little brake caliber thing, and he just hit them, and he just hit the cracker in the head. Bum. Cracker laid down, blood coming out of his head. So he hit the cracker again with it. Bum. Hit the cracker again with it. Bum. So the 3 hard ass whacks, I'm seeing blood drip down the cracker head, but I can still see the cracker stomach moving, breathing up and down. So I guess he wasn't all the way dead. So knocked him unconscious, probably gave him brain damage or some shit. So he was like, yeah, motherfucker. And they started speaking their language in Arabic and shit. I don't know what they said. I can't remember the words to this day. So we like, fuck. So we like, yeah, nigga, let's buck. So we went and we eased back out. So we threw the radios over the motherfucking fence. You know, first cousin Robert jump over the fence. Boom. So we start tossing the radios at him. Then I go over the fence, right? So then I go over the fence because Chris helped me up, you know, because I was afraid. Nigga, now all the little fat done gone. I'm still that fat ass little boy inside the little 16-year-old body, slim or not. So I got over the gate and I jumped. So Chris, he started crawling up the gate and he made it over the gate. But as soon as he made it out of the gate, the dude walk out there and he like, who there? Anybody here? You crackhead bitches? And he pulled out his, I heard him pull out the gun and click it like that. So we ran and we just hid behind the car. And we could see the shadow from the light. Because they were like, who over there? Who over there? And he like, probably a dog. And he just stood up there. And he like, yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. You know, trying to see if the dog come around. But we was tucked off in one of the little cars that were broken out outside the gate. So we stayed there for like three minutes. That's a long ass fucking time when the bitch got a gun around the corner to shoot. So we heard the dude say, come on, let's get him. Move him now. And so as we sitting up there, so when he left, so when the friend called him, he walked back over there around the corner and shit, so we could see the shadow and shit, that we know he was gone. He wasn't just no fake. So we like start walking real slow, like low to the ground. because it was dark from where it was. You couldn't see the road black, ain't no lights on the street. But so you could get away with crouching down and walking from a distance. It looked like ain't nothing there, just a shadow. So we crawled and we got to the stoplight. But when we got to the stoplight, I was a little slow because my shoes had came untied. And I heard him say, rinse that thing off. And he was like, put some water on it. And the other dude like, you don't need to put no water on it. And he like, what? He said, put it back on the car. He's like, what? He said, it came off of that 83 Pontiac. I remember he saying the 83 Pontiac. I don't know what kind of car. I don't know what it is. I just remember him saying it came off the 83 Pontiac. And he like, oh yeah. He said, oh yeah, they gotta fix it tomorrow. He said, put it on there and let them fix it. And then when they go out, it's like, we ain't gonna worry about it. They'll never find a murder weapon or nothing. Ain't no body here, ain't gonna be no blood and oil. He tell me how he was gonna mix the oil up, the blood with his oil, and put some powder down to draw the oil and shit. It was crazy. I'm overhearing this shit because when they were talking, I had to duck back behind a tree, because again, I ain't want them to see me moving in the shadow and lurking, because now they moving the body of the dead cat or the injured man. Y'all choose which one. So once they went over there and I seen him put the shit by the 83 Pontiac, and he went back over there, and you could see the flashlights go off, and so I knew they were gone. So I got up there and I told Robert and Chris, I said, hey man, I think they X'd that dude out, bro. They like, nah, they just beat him up. He probably owed him some money. And they like, come on man, let's get out of here. So in my heart, it didn't sit right with me, because I'm thinking we done witnessed murder. So now we go back up there, because we done stole another car. And we go back up there, and I see the dude fixing on a Pontiac. And the Pontiac was kind of like the old-fashioned Pontiac with the birds on the bitches. Like a Firebird Pontiac, one of them motherfucking muscle cars type shit. So I see him fixing on the bitch, and it's a Pontiac. It said it's right on the back. So I said, damn, dog. I say, damn. I say, that's the Pontiac, right? So now I'm looking at the dude, and I'm stressing like a motherfucker, y'all, because I'm like, I know what's going on. The same brake caliber he used to crush that dude's head, he done put it on this 83 Pontiac, right? So I said, fuck me, man. So now we go back there, like, hey man, we got you 2 more cars. And Chris like, I'm gonna negotiate for a higher price, dog, because we bring you some Lexuses, bitch. And he like, y'all boosting little thieving ass kid, bitch. What you this? We gonna give you $200. He like, nah, bitch, we need 7. He like, 7 to split between the 3 of y'all. Ha 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 ha. And he like, nah, bitch, we need 7 apiece, man. That's $2,100. You gonna get 50 for, you gonna get $5 grand for the engine. You gonna get 300 for the dough. Did 300. And Chris broke it down, so the dude was like, I don't like you. So instead of giving Chris 700, he shot and gave each one of us 500. So we like, damn nigga, you negotiate. And y'all remember that Chris negotiated with $500 from the dude. So again, Chris said we're gonna come back and steal the radio. Okay, cool. We're gonna come back that night and steal the radio. We done gave him the car. They just wanted the metal. They didn't care nothing about the radio, the speaker, sound system, none of that shit. They wanted the parts for the cars. So that night again, now they were about 3-4 nights past. So we come back again. Next thing you know, we done hit the gate. Bam. This time Chris was smart. He bought some bolt cutters, like to cut locks, but we were going to use them to cut a hole in the fence. Right at the corner. Then we're going to jump the ditch, and that would have put us outside of their line of sight. Shit where they kept all the old tires at. So we would be good. So we going now, boom. So now we done got greeted. We done hit 5 cars. Boom, 5 cars. We hit 5 cars, right? I said, damn, nigga, we done hit 5 cars, bitch. This is gonna be $60, $70 a piece, bitch. We got this. So now we got us a little racket. We finna do this shit twice a month. We already recalled it. So I say, y'all, come on, let's go look at that Pontiac. I say that 83 Pontiac, oh boy, we're just fixing the brakes on that. I think it's the same caliber to knock that dude head off with. So they're like, man, if you gonna steal the radio, go steal the radio type. I say, yeah, you right. So I already know how to use the screwdriver to pop the bitch without hurting. So I slide my ass over there to the 83 Pontiac. Trans Am, some shit like that. Little Firebird, little Knight Rider and Kit type of car. Like a Knight and Kit from Knight Rider, that type of bitch, but it's a Pontiac. So I go over there. So as I open the door, I get in the bitch and I sit down. And I'm jocking at the radio. When I saw jocking at the radio, I looked down like at the floorboard, and I swear to God, I see like a little white dude hand in between my feet, in between the brake pedal and the gas. Like his arm was stretched back, like he was under the fucking car, right? Like if the car had no bottom. People, check me out here now. So I said, fuck. So, I'm like, oh man, and I don't want to scream. So I'm trying to hold the shit in, but then again, I got a P9, bitch, and I'm looking at this little dead man zombie hand or whatever the fuck it is. So I'm shaking. So, I say, fuck, I can't leave the radio because they'll know that we been here. So, a good thing I had got the bitch out. So I eased out the motherfucker and I had to lift my leg up real slow over the hand that I saw. So I looked at, so then when I looked back, so I got out the car. So I'm looking back like if his hand is under the car, so that means he off the ground, something like that. I don't know how my logic, but I know the floor had a bottom. I know his hands were inside the car on the floorboard of the car. So I know he couldn't be under the car to grab me or nothing like that. So, I stepped far back out the bitch and I look, I squat down and I look under the car to see, can I see a body? See, is a dead man under there? But I ain't see no body, y'all. So, as I say, nigga, I'm tripping. So now I'm thinking they just cut the nigga hand off and left the hand in the car under the engine or some shit. I'm just thinking like that. And they done wheel the bitch back up. So I say, shit, these niggas ain't gonna believe me. So I go get my cousin, I go get Chris. I say, man, just come over here, please, bro. I say, I ain't fucking with you, nigga. I say, come over here. I say, it's a dead nigga in the car. They like, a dead man? Hell no. Like, man, he said, I knew you would be killing bitches back here. So they all come over there and they looking, they like, we don't see no dead man. Bitch, you tripping. And they say, nigga, you eat too much sugar. Come on, you probably crunk on sugar, you fat nigga. They used to make fun of me. So I'm shaking because I know what I seen. So I say, fuck this shit, man, I'm out. So, we got like the 3 or 4, 5 radios and shit. So so he cut the gate, boom, 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 cut the gate. When he cut the gate, I go first. So when I go first, I'm putting everything in the pillowcase in the bag, in the duffel bag, green duffel, my daddy green armored duffel bag. So I jumped the gate, took the bag, and I'm holding the bag. So then Chris go. He come through the gate. Now my cousin Robert going. So my cousin Robert reached back down to grab the wire cutters, the fence cutters that we use to cut the fence. And all of a sudden, I'm looking at the white dude with the blood coming down his head. And he's standing up there by the Pontiac. And all of a sudden, he just started walking towards cousin Robert. And I tap Chris real hard. I slapped him like in the chest, backhand him in the chest. Yeah, you don't see that. And he was like, Rob. Say, hurry up, nigga. One of them Arabs back. That's what he said, one of the Arabs back. So the ghost dude, so now we looking at a full apparition type motherfucking ghost, man. So the ghost dude come walking up that rock. And so cuz like, yeah, I'm coming. So cuz shirt got snagged on the hook on the fence. So Chris was a daring motherfucker, man. So Chris went and grabbed him, and Chris like pulled him out the gate. So when Chris pulled him out the gate, his shirt ripped. And right when Chris pulled him out the gate, the ghost dude was still about like 12 feet away from him. And so cousin Robert jumped the fence, and Chris like, come on, man. So jumped the fence. So then Robert looking at his shirt, and Robert looking around like, nigga, you ripped my shirt with the bullshit. And he like, bitch, look over there. You don't see that nigga standing there? And cousin Robert looked up, and that's when cousin Robert seen the dude. Like, he said, that nigga, he way far over there. He said, can they see us? But we were looking at the dude in the depth perception, less than 12 feet away from us at the gate. I guess cause cousin Robert wasn't paying attention. Dude looked like he was like 25, 30 yards away from him. So he was like, yeah, man, let duck down. He can't see us over here. Now we like looking at each other like, bitch, you know. So me and Chris like, we ain't never coming back to this motherfucker again, nigga. We just gonna drop the shit off in the daytime. So we started telling everybody the bitch was haunted. You know, we ain't telling why it was haunted. We hunting the motherfucker. We just let them know, bitch, it's haunted over here. So now we still boosting cars. So now we hitting that the Winter Park area, Winter Garden area. So we still boosting cars for him, and the more money he was gonna pay, the better the cars got. So now we boosting Mercedes Benz and Lexuses all day long, Cadillacs even. So the Arab invite us in. He said, "Hey man, y'all boys sit down and stay a little bit." So he put us over there in the corner, the same corner we seen working the little white man over. He put us in 3 chairs, and he had like some subs and shit. He like, "You boys want some subs?" So he gave us some subs, right? So I ain't eat the sub, and I'm a fat nigga at the time, kind of losing weight. I ain't eat the sub, but they knew Chris more so than they knew me and cousin Robert. So Chris ate the sub like a motherfucker. Thank you, man. And he just sitting up there. So I just was drinking. I opened up the little can of root beer and shit they had me. So I hit the root beer. Cousin Robert, I said, "Don't eat yet, dog." I said, "Just drink this little strawberry soda." So cousin Robert listened to me. So he say, "Hey, people been breaking into the junkyard at night. Have you heard anything? Have y'all heard anything? They breaking in here and they stealing our tape cassettes out the cars. We sell that shit. That's our money. And we don't like people stealing from us." This is how they were talking. And so Chris was like, "Nah, man." Say, "Y'all don't know nothing about that shit." Say, "You over here in the swamp. These swamp niggas different, man. They ain't got no respect." No, man, Chris done had and stole the nigga shit, right? So all of a sudden, Chris started getting sleepy. He said, "Man, I just want to sleep." He said, "Man, let me lay on this chair and go to sleep, man." And I say, "No, bitch." I say, "What?" I said, "Nigga, you probably gonna sleep for like 2-3 hours, nigga." I said, "What the fuck we gonna do here with these pussy ass Arab?" Now we talking like I gotta stand hard. I don't me and Cuz scared as shit. Cuz like, "Man, nigga, you tripping." So Cuz Robert was like, "Man, y'all niggas got money for us or something? Y'all got something we do?" I say, "Give us an address, we'll go get the car." So I say, "Yeah, come on, give us an address. We can go and get that shit right now before the sun go down. How long y'all gonna be open?" He like, "Man, we gonna be here about another 3 hours." He say, y'all go. Let him sleep." I said, "All right." So me and Cuz said we got out of that bit. So we got on and we would catch the city bus somewhere and then, boost and drive back. So we walked down there. We finna get on bus 25 or some shit, right? We finna head off to the address he said. So I say, "Dude, you think we should leave Chris there like that?" He say, "Man, Chris been dealing with them cats for a long time." I say, "What did Chris tell on us?" And he was like, "Nah, Chris ain't gonna tell. Chris G, that's my best friend. We all went to, cause Chris and Rob went to Gateway. School Gateway was like for not mentally children. It was just like a bad school on Mercy Drive. If you were bad, couldn't read, disciplinary action, they sent you out to Gateway. I was going to Jones and shit, so I was straight. Like, yeah, that's my best friend from Gateway, man. We good." So, left Chris there and Robert go steal a pickup truck. This time it was a nice pickup truck. It was a Ford F-150, nice, man. Bitch was clean. So we like, nigga, we gotta bring him something. So we go steal the pickup truck. We ain't bringing the Mercedes that he want. So we come back there with the pickup truck. He said, "What's this shit?" I said, "Pickup truck, man." I say, "I ain't finna leave without nothing, bitch. We took a chance." And he said, I like you. He said, "What's your name?" I say, "Tight." He said, "I like you, Tight." He said, "What's your name?" I say, "That's my cousin Rob." I say, "He don't talk that much, cause Rob was kind of built like a dummy. He was built like a truck, but you look at him, you think he had no brain at all." So he don't talk that much, Him and Chris go to school together. He's like, oh yeah, Gateway, and they laugh. So now I'm the brain of the operation. So now Chris finally starting to wake up. So now I think they drugged the nigga, right? I said, okay. So they gave us like $300 for the truck, and we had to split $100 a piece. He was like, "If you ever hear some shit over here in the swamp, let us know. We'll take care of y'all. Y'all good boys." So I told Chris we ain't never coming back to do this shit again. Now I'm finna stop it right there, people, because I done told you the spooky part of the shit. Now let me get you into the meat and potatoes of this bitch, right? So now, Chris done woke up. We done made a vow never to steal from the Arabs again. Now, we still had cut a hole in the fence. Now the Arab questioning us about everything, but they didn't question us about the hole in the fence. So the Arabs got a little, 3-inch smart. So now they sat up there and they said who the shirt belonged to. So they asking us every time we come out there, you sure you don't have a shirt like this? I remember seeing you with a shirt like this. Just a little rip on the fence. We like, no. He say, so we were asking Rob where he get the shirt from. And Rob was like, nigga, that ain't my shirt. Man, so now we looking stupid like this nigga finding us out. So he said, you know what we do to people that steal from us? So now he trying to make an example of us, right? So I seen the man literally go, he lifted up the hood of the car. Listen to me good, people. He lifted up the hood of a Buick. Probably like an 84, 85 Buick, the long ones, with 2 doors. He lifted up the motherfucking Buick. He had to undo the radiator, not the radiator, undo the alternator. And he like put it over Chris' head. And he was like, cause he pushed Chris down on the floor and had to do like sit on his arms and his hands. And he just like held the alternator over Chris' head. Like if he dropped it, that thing could crack his skull or some shit, right? So he like, you know what we do with people who steal from us? We don't take kindly. So I'm like, so now we all crying like, man, we ain't stealing from y'all, man. Don't hurt Chris. Chris a good dude. That's our homeboy. We saying all kind of shit. He say, so what if one of y'all were laying down here? And I'm like, I say, no, man. I say, I'm going to get my Uncle B. I say, my Uncle B finna handle y'all ass, nigga. I say, that's y'all don't know who y'all fucking dealing with. My family real. And I'm like, fuck you, pussy ass Arab. I'm going angry hard, cause I'm throwing all kind of wolf cookies I can. I'm throwing every name I got. I say, I'm going to get B. I say, I'm going to get J. I say, fuck nigga, y'all gonna feel it. I say, kill and one of us. Kill and one of us. I say, one of us make it out of here, bitch. This whole fuck nigga gonna be shut down. I say, I'm gonna burn this bitch down. I say, I'm gonna come back personally and burn this bitch down. You kill my homeboy. Fuck you. Cause I know y'all ain't gonna talk, ain't gonna touch me. So I got to play wolf cookie extraordinaire, bitch. I'm throwing all kind of wolf cookies. Now we would have got our ass whooped. If we would have told them people 16, 17 years old, we boosting cars and getting paid from the Arab. So he like, nah, we ain't gonna fuck with you. We just tried to scare you. He like, we just trying to figure out who fucking stealing, from us. He said, y'all good boys. Nah, listen to me, people. When Chris was down there, laying on the ground, and the dude was sitting on his hands, sitting on Chris' stomach with his hands between the legs, like beside the side and shit, I could have swore that when I was cursing, Chris turned into the white man that was sitting in the thing, got his head crushed. So I said, damn. And cuz he just sitting up there with his hand crossed, like spooked out, like, man, shaking his head, because he was like, I can't do nothing about it. I can't help my dog. So we like, okay. So I'm looking at Chris, and Chris just sitting up there like scared as fuck, like think he was gonna die, man. So now that shit, they'll pass a little bit. They let us up, they talking. So I seen him hook the alternator back up into the car. Boom, boom, boom. So now I'm looking at him with all these parts on the table, because I walked back there. So he told Chris, go clean up. So Chris walked to the bathroom. So I said, let me help my man. So cousin Robert just sitting out there with his hand crossed, and he had started leaning on one of the cars that was jacked up. And he was boking. He like, you're a strong man. You're a strong man. And cousin Robert, he just sitting out there with a mean mug look, like he was angry, because he ain't gonna toss no hands, So I walked back there. Chris starting to clean up, and he like, man, what the fucking nigga up to? Like Chris talking shit. So I look over there at the table where all the little car parts at. They had the degreaser, they had all that shit like the acid, you dip the parts in to clean them. And man, I swear to God, I seen a bunch of car parts with blood all over them. I'm like, these motherfuckers back here, serial killing niggas with car parts, man, and putting them back on the cars, right? So now, circle back around. Remember I told you about that Pontiac? that 83 Pontiac, the one that looked like a Firebird and shit. So I'm sitting up there seeing the Pontiac, right? So now I'm seeing the Pontiac at the little dealership lots around town. They done chopped the bitch up, changed the serial numbers on the car. They done sprayed the bitch, but you could tell it's a Pontiac, the doors or whatever they done sprayed it, it's back on the lot. So now, you know, people purchasing these cars. Dope boys purchasing these cars. White people purchasing these cars, and like the white boys that did the dope from Winter Garden, basically. Because the Pontiac was sold to a white boy from Winter Garden. So the white boy sitting up there in Winter Garden, he think he got him something. So we like, God damn, the nigga. I said, so that's the same car I seen the nigga hand, zombie hand in, but it was just an apparition. It wasn't a real hand. So he sold the dude the car. So I'm like, damn, white boy bought that bitch right off the lot, right up the road, because it was a swamp, the auto body mechanic shop thing right there, the chop shop. They'll get the car and they'll sell it to. They had their own lot right there at the corner of Old Winter Garden Road in Ferguson. They were selling it right there. Man, boy, ain't had that car number 2. Motherfucker done mangled himself up and died. He done hit a guardrail on I-4 and killed himself, right? Car crumpled up. Same car from the chop shop. Crumpled up. Boom. Brakes failed. That's what police say. Official record, brake failed. Car get towed to the chop shop. Now they crushing the record because all at the same. You got the record right around the corner from the chop shop. So now they chopping the car up at the same place that they originally did the dirt at. Chopping it up. Taking good parts. Call the tow truck, Johnson. Take it over there to the scrapyard, crump it. Now they keeping all the little parts to use on other cars. Now people, I counted at least 7 different parts. That means it had to be 7 different cars. And they was offing people and using the parts from the cars that they murder people with to put back on the car. So now, even if the car traveled, the car gone, people ain't gonna find the murder weapon, no shit like that. You can't prove it because you ain't got a murder weapon. So now I'm like, this is some crazy shit, man. This is what the Arabs were doing, allegedly, when I was growing up in the swamp, in the chop shop yonder. 2 years done passed, we seeing all the cars that he fixed, that was on the lot, getting chopped up, right? So I'm like, shit, but now these cars that getting chopped up, these bitches getting like running in the shit, crashing, catching on fire. People are really getting killed. So now, our cousin Jay, he went and he bought a station wagon. It was a Dodge Magnum, but it was an old Magnum, a real station wagon one, not the cool one and shit, not like the one I had back in the day with the golden condom wrapped around the bitch. It wasn't that one. It was an old real station wagon, old bitches. So, cause they done chopped him up a car, he done got that bitch painted powder blue, white interior, so they done did him good, put some sound in that bit. So he bought one of the cars from the dude. So all of a sudden he driving to the skating ring and shit, picking up holes and shit, and next thing you know, the car keep turning off. Every time he pull into traffic, the car turn off when he getting right in the center of traffic, like going under the light, making a left hand turn, right hand turn. It will cut off, and he have to crank it again. Then he can, pull on and drive. But it seemed like every now and then that car would cut off in the middle of traffic, right when the light get ready to change, hoping somebody would run into him and crush him up and kill him. So I finally went and told Grandma, I said, Grandma, I got something to tell you about a year ago. At this chop shop in the swamp, you know what I'm saying? I seen them off some dude, at least I think, and they use a part that go on the car. Saying I seen the car, that white boy that got crushed up in one of God, that 83 Pontiac. I say, that's the car that I seen the hand in, and that's the brake pad they use to put on the bit. She like, what they doing? What? I say, yes, ma'am. She say, who else you told about this? I say, nobody, Grandma. She said, good, don't tell no motherfucking body. We don't need them Arabs coming to kill on us. So she said, let me go talk to my man at the store. So Grandma went over there and said, Grandma went to Big B and she said, wah, said whoop, whoop to the dude. And he instantly picked up the phone in the store. And he spoke Arabic to the dude. And he put the phone to Grandma's ear. and he spoke English to Grandma, and Grandma said, "Nah, my nephew said you sold a blue station wagon the other day." And he said, "Yeah, that's Jay's station wagon. We sold it to Jay." And Grandma flat out said, "Is any parts on that car that murdered some motherfucking body, bitch? 'Cause that's my grandbaby." And you should hear him, holla, 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 whatever the fuck they were saying. And they say, "Tell him to bring the car back. Tell him to bring the car back. Tell him to bring the car back." And Grandma said, "You gonna make it right?" He like, "Tell him to bring the car back." No problem, no problem. No problem, Gunju. Tell him to bring the car back. So cousin Jay come to the house, and Grandma say, "Hey, take that car back up there to the chop shop, man, and do what you gotta do. They need to see you." Like, okay, then cool. So he go take the car back. So they told him, "We gotta fix something on the car." So say, "Okay, leave the car." He say, "We're gonna fix something. Keep turning off. We're gonna fix the engine. We're gonna fix everything." Tell me this, man. They took the engine that they had put in the car out the car. And when they took the engine out the car, they lifted it up, because we back around now and we selling cars to them, you know. We needed the money. So I'm like, that's my cousin Jay car. He say, "Oh, that's your cousin?" "Yeah." And he say, "Oh, that's why you were talking about you would get J and B." And he say, "Oh, yeah. Y'all tough boys." He say, "Yeah, we weren't gonna hurt you." So they lift up the engine. The engine had been in the car, man. When they lift up the goddamn engine, y'all, I swear it was blonde hair and blood, like on the bottom of the engine. So it's like the engine, so it's like they probably dropped that engine on somebody, I was thinking. And the car kept cutting off. So they swapped the engine out for a new engine, all that shit. And by 2-3 days, cuz had his car back. Car running good. So now they had the engine just sitting out there in the rain. So Grandma say, "Take me over there to the junkyard. I want to see something. I want to use my own self eyes on this. I want to lay my eyes." So now I'm driving, so I get in the Buick. I'm like 17 going on 18 now. I get in the Buick and I drive Grandma over there to the swamp. So we drive past real slow. This about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I say, so the Pontiac was right there, Grandma. I say, and that's when I was stealing the radio. I saw the dead man hand on the floorboard, baseboard of the car. I say, then when he chased us out the gate, we were about to grab Cousin Robert, but Cousin Robert couldn't see him because he wasn't close. Cousin Robert kept saying he was far. I mean, damn, I'm saying my cousin, man, shit. Well, no, I've been saying that. So Cousin Robert couldn't see that he was that close. So Grandma said, So Grandma got out the car and she just put her hand in her pocket and she walked the fence line. And when she walked the fence line, she started taking some salt and some pepper out of her pocket. I think it was salt or pepper or both. I don't know. She just started sprinkling along the fence line, not making no lines. She just throwing it out there, sprinkling. And she did that one time. Then I seen her take this yellow rock out of her pocket and she put on some rubber gloves for this. She crushed it up in her hand. So I'm thinking this is sulfur. And she just started crumbling that. And when she crumbled that, she started throwing that over the salt that she had threw on the ground. When she started doing that, all of a sudden, me and her heard the biggest yell. Ah! Keep in mind, it was dark. On the street like that at the corner. Ain't nobody in this shop. We just heard like 3 loud as ah! 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 So I'm shaking out the other garage. I said, "Grandma, see. So she say, "Stay here, boy. Don't go nowhere. They can't cross this line." So yes, ma'am. So I get behind Grandma, I hug Grandma's waist, trying to act like I ain't scared, but nigga, I'm terrified. So all of a sudden, you end up seeing, you see the apparitions appear. So I saw the dude. I said, "Grandma, that's the one that hit in the head." She said, "Yeah, apparition, baby." And then I seen the little blonde girl. She little slim blonde girl. She had on a blue. I remember what she was wearing. I don't know if this make any sense. Now this allegedly. So y'all don't come get me for no murder cold case shit. Nah, it's alleged. I'm making it up. So she had on a powder blue scarf, and this is what went in the engine of the powder blue Magnum station wagon. She had on a powder blue white blouse with that tied up at the top, that made like a bow itself, but it was one piece. And she had on some dark colored like blue jeans, Guess. They was Guess jeans because I remember the little brown tag on around the things, and I could see this apparition quite well, white girl. And she stood up there, and I seen her over there. Then I looked behind him, and I seen about 5 or 6 other people. Some of them were black, some of them was Hispanic. So grandma, and I'm looking at this, and I said, Grandma, it's about 5 or 10 of them. She said, yeah, this place ain't good. She said, don't you come back here tight. I say, I promise I won't. So grandma looked at the engine. She said, what? And the ghost of the lady went over there and started rubbing the engine, picking her hair. Like she was trying to grab her hair, but her hand kept going through it. And so I'm like, man, grandma said they probably dropped that engine on that baby. Something like that. And so grandma said, okay. So grandma we got in the car. I drove grandma out the thing. Grandma said, just don't look back, baby. Just keep your head forward. Don't look back. They can't bother you. They can't cross that line. So I ain't looked back, but we heard the howling all night. So grandma tell, cousin Jay, you should sell that car. That car ain't good. So grandma like, I'll help you put down on another car. So grandma gave cousin Jay, like $1,500 to go put down on another car somewhere. But cousin Jay showed that to another dope boy out of Winter Garden and shit. So now the dope boy in Winter Garden got the powder blue Magnum chilling like that. So it had got a new engine, but still grandma didn't want him dealing with nothing back there. People, that they raided that chop shop long time ago, man, and they found bones back there. They found bones back there inside the little retention pond that was behind it, the little swamp place behind it. The people was offing people and throwing them in the goddamn swamp behind the auto parts store. But they was offering them with parts from the cars that they was repairing and fixing at the chop shop, putting them on cars, sending them to California, sending them all around the country, and you don't know what part inside your car. Now I'm finna hit you out with something, because this bitch finna be over in a second. There was an actor back in the day by the name of James Dean. His car had just got repaired from an auto parts place. His nice car, souped it up. Next thing you know, he on the Autobahn. He on the road, and his car get cramped up, and he inspired people. Tell me why they took that same car and they stripped the parts off of it and they put it in several other nice high-end fancy cars similar to his. And everybody who got pieces of that car, they perished. Now this story is allegedly, and I don't want nobody coming for me, but we'll talk about it later in the recap. Now I don't know if this story is scary, spooky, whatever, but whatever it is, damn sure make you think, huh? All right, everybody, I'm tight, telling you sometime the truth is stranger than fiction, but it's the truth, no doubt. Take care, God bless, and much love. Remember, drive is just a drive. Sometime your ass could be driving straight to hell. Take care, everybody. Stay blessed.